Yeah. I know, but
I know. I hear you.
where's the stinking zoom on this thing?
Is it up here?
Right, yeah. That looks,
Probably going to zoom in on the screen.
yeah.
You know, all we have to do is record the screen.
Do what?
I'll show you later. There's basically there's a way to just record everything that's going on the screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's basically what I'm doing is I'm creating snapshots, screenshots basically of the actions.
Gotcha. I'm a total repetition guy, otherwise I'm screwed.
Oh, I know. That's how I learned too. Start remembering everything by doing it over and over. Basically, first you want to start by opening up SheetCam. That's that
Blade
little,
Runner? Which is Blade Runner?
No, the SheetCam's the little screw thing down here at the bottom. Either there or it's right here. That's not the development. No, that's the development one. Yeah. Leave that one off there. Okay, basically what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you where you're going to grab the master file. Go ahead and get the file open. Open job. And it's already pointing right there to don't swipe up. So you open that.
You hit it twice?
Yeah, you double click it or once and then just hit open. Okay, now see this is laid out basically as if it was a 5x10 sheet. Okay. So what we're going to do now is just go up to your options and go under job options and change your X width on your material to the 44 7/8, which is 44.875. Adjustments went over here on the board. And then the length, change the Y to 94. And then just say okay for now. We're not going to worry about changing the zero coordinates yet because we don't know what it is. So you see basically now you see what parts now are going to have to be moved basically and deleted. Because since you don't need, this is build here, you know, it's quantity 4 and 6. So since all you need is 4 and 4, you're just going to have to go through and we want to delete out the parts that we don't need, and then we'll have to move the parts that we still need up to a different spot basically to cut them out. So mainly the parts that we don't need first is that you don't need 2 of those, right? So how many of them are there? Oh, hold on, how many are there? 1 to 6. Yeah, just click on one of them. The first thing you have to change it to there, and then go over here and turn off the green. You got the out sign, so that now when you select it, you'll be able to see which one you actually selected. So if you click on the part, so not clicking on it. That's that screen. Okay. Draw that block around it. Yep, and then now this is the delete key on the keyboard. Now let's first go up here and do File, Save As, Save Job As. Now let's name it to basically change it to be quantity 4, quantity 4. And then hit Save. Just so that way it won't mess up anything changes. Now it's going to be changing that file, and the master file still be the 6 and 6 or 6 and 4. Now we have to figure out which parts we don't need basically. So these are 4 and 4, so those are going to stay. Those all stay. Those are all going to stay. Some of those might be wiped out, but those there.
Those 2 I don't.
Yeah, those 2 you don't need. See if it'll select just one of them. Now, try say right quicker. Let's give you a select part of the details. And so we zoom in closer so you get to see closer. Now you can draw it around it probably a little easier. Okay, now what I would do is turn off all these lines too. Turn those off and see that right there. No, over. There's the direction arrows. Sorry, that's direction arrows. It's the other one. Now, what you want to do is, because you want to keep these four, so you're going to want to draw it right around those and move those over. And what you'll have to do is right click on them after you highlight them and say unlock. Now, just use the shift key, hold the shift key down, and then move them over with there. And you just hold it down and then move them. And then once you get over on top of it, then you want to go back 5 spaces this way. That's it. Now you right click again on it. Make sure you're always hovering over this area when you hit a button. And this is lock. Now with the lock back into place, now you can highlight it on those two and delete them. Since you don't need those two. It's weird that this new software, the updates that they get is geeky with being able to select just one part and string. Okay. Now, what I would do is go ahead and zoom back out, or you can, or the other way to move things around when you're in close, remember, is you hold the control key down, and then use your mouse button and push down on it, and then you should be able to drag, and maybe it's the shift key, sorry, shift key and the mouse, and then you can drag the whole screen up and down and back and forth basically. So you're going to drag it up so you can see where you want to delete out, and then also move parts around, and you may zoom back out a little bit. But first we want to basically get rid of what this one and that one, right? We only need 4 of them. And then what I always do every once in a while now is go back up and do file save. Save job. So that way, in case if anything happens, you've got to that last point. Okay. Now basically we're going to grab these parts here. We're probably going to move them up here.
Grab those two.
Yep. And you want to right click and unlock them. Go ahead and hold down the shift key. The control key. Yeah, hold down the control key. Control key, sorry. Control key. And then select that part. It's not letting me do it. I don't want to hold down the control key, sorry. That basically lets them go ahead now and just go to highlight all of them. Just don't hold down the control button. Otherwise it'll pick the other 3 and not the 1. So what the control key does is it says, like you had the 3 selected and not the 1. When you have the control key, draw a square around, it's going to select the 1 and not the 3. Is what that kind of does basically. You might want to zoom in real close down in this corner area here. Zoom with the mouse. Here it
Right.
is. Go here and hit the part. Just hit that zoom the part right there. And it takes you down to the area where you got selected basically. And now you can just continue to move it around with the mouse, or not the mouse, but the keyboard. So hit the shift key and then push down on the mouse button right there to move everything up and down. Yep. And then now you can just move the parts you're on it. And then move down. So now you want to basically just go 5 up, or basically actually what piercing from the bottom side. Just make it go in line with that one there. And then just 5 over. And then now right click on it. And now you should go into those parts. The way to test it is just see it. Now basically dropped it off the parts from selected. Okay, now what we can do though here, because since we've got room here, what we should probably do is go ahead and take this part and stick it right here. So it's already highlighted, so just right click unlock. And then now you should be able to move it around with the keyboard. It's always going to be minimum 5 away. And then now with this one here, we'll probably do zoom back out a little bit. Probably move that one down to there. Looks like it would probably fit. Or you might have to flip it. You might have to invert it so that and then just right click unlock. And then you can move the keyboard, or you can grab the part. Hold on to it exactly like that. Okay, now how you invert this, now basically you're going to come down here. You see where it says degrees basically. You want to select on that right there. Okay. Yeah, you want to select in the box area. And then you just want to type in basically, just type in 0, see what it takes it to. And then hit enter. Okay. Now, well, let us select mirror on that part. I don't know if it will. Yeah. Let's go over to the box. It's not letting us select that because it's not a master part. How do we do that? Because it's not going to let us mirror it. Flip it the other way. Yeah, we can just go ahead and just put it back. Try rotating it back. Let it say rotate it around. Put it back in the 100 degrees. And then that way you can move it down further. And you can just go up here and hit the P basically, and then zoom you right into that part so you can see where it's at. And on the angles basically, when it's like that, your 5 is really going to be not quite far enough, you know, to position. I guesstimate, and then I use the measure feature if you wanted to measure it and stuff, where you basically just, but right now the easiest way to do it is just come over here to this side and go 3/8 in, which would be 8, just from right there to there, just go 8 in. So now you know that you're far enough from this edge and you have enough gap there, because it's just that one little point you got to be worried about. Really on that type there, if you're a 1/4 inch away, you're usually good. It may, with the width of the curve, may end up only being a little tiny bit left, being 0.9, 0.9, 0.18. So, you know, 0.18 to 0.25, that would be 60 thousandths basically, but that would be what, a 16th of an inch is all that would probably be left in that area by the time you cut it both. But if that was 1/4 inch, but it looks further than that. Okay, now you can zoom basically back out. Let's see where we're at. And then the other thing is you can always come up here and just hit the J. And that's going to just zoom the job, basically to show you everything. I go ahead and save the job again. So save it now. These guys here, you need all 8. So we're gonna need to move that one. Right, yeah, you need all 8. So we'll need to move that one basically up here somewhere. Stupid, it's not like you grab one part. Send an email about that. That's weird. You put it wherever, or you can set it off to the side until you're done. Yeah. Now, basically, that doesn't matter. You can see what's sitting there. Zoom back out. Now, these parts here, we would need. How many are there?
6 times 4 is 24.
Yeah. I think there's 28 there right now, because there would have been enough for the 6 and 4, which would have been 12 and. So there's what? There's 4 of them on a double. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 16 for the 4, and then you need another 8. So you need 24.
Delete 4 of those.
Yep.
You don't get the whole part in, it doesn't do it.
Right. Up. Just go up here and hit undo. Okay, it did it. Here. See if it did it. Stupid. Let's finish the part back. Let's make sure that we put all of it back. This one here. That's the one you want to delete. So that's another way that you can get to it too, is by just going into the grid. When you look at what the parts are, you can go in and sort through it and find it. Now you can sort of delete, you can just delete that one. This one here is going to have to be moved somewhere. These are men so you can see closer. Just your mouse key. Sorry. Just pick it up. Yep. Right there should be good. Zoom in and move it around with the keyboard or whatever. Make sure that you're at least 5 away. So you should be safe there. Let's see where we're piercing at. That's the main thing. Turn on the right there. Yeah, you're safe. Okay, zoom back out. Yeah, you can lock it. Okay, now. Yep, you're good. I'd save the job again. Now we basically need to just move all those parts. We can either basically move those around, or we can cut those out of something else, however you want to do it. Well, I mean, basically the key is we're going to be cutting them out in the middle of here. I don't know if you want to do that, or if you want to lay them along the side here. You know, yeah, or how you want to do that, or you want to cut all these parts out and then cut the other bigger inner arm stuff, and we can flip it around and do whatever. We could also, now I could show you how to throw the inner arm parts in on the rest of that right now too. And we can basically delete these out and do them on another sheet, basically, you know, however you want to do it. But you tell me what you want to do. Okay. So now what we'll do is go up to File, say New, go down to where it says New Part. Okay, now this is where what you want to do is you're going to want to go in and grab, we're doing the inner arms, right? Hold on, actually, you know what? Let's cancel out, let's not do that. Cancel. Yeah, because then I'd have to start showing you how to lay all the plot and all this stuff. If we add parts, let's just do it this way. We'll cut them all out, put this part somewhere so we cut it. Then we can flip the material or leave the material even sitting where it's at. Open up the template that I have created for the inner arm parts already. You see what I'm saying? And then you can basically just relay out everything for the inner arm parts on the material you have left. Versus trying to mesh the parts in there and then having to show you how to do all the plot and all that stuff. We'll worry about showing you how to do all that stuff later. I would do to those on these parts, go ahead and zoom back out real quick. What we should do is go ahead and cut your yeah, the bigger ones for the 4 and those pieces. You need those, all 4 of those, and 4 of the other bigger ones, right? I don't think we have any to cut. And you can move those and you can flip them however you want. What you can do too is show you how to do something to the code. You zoom out. Okay, now go over here and close that minus down right there. Okay, now basically we'll scroll down to where you can see maybe towards the bottom, actually where we're looking at number 6. Go back up. Scroll back down. Sorry, not to be part number 6 there. Slow down. Get down 6, sorry. Yep. Okay, so that's not the one I want. So let's keep going down. Trying to find the parts we just moved. There it is. That's one. That's the other one. Yep. Okay. So these are the 2 master basically parts. So what we can do is we can just delete this one. See, it's letting me select them now for some reason. But go ahead and delete the other one. Just next to it right there. And then now select on the file down here. You see where it says new part? Highlight that and delete it. Okay. Now go to the 3 up. That one in. Select it. Yep. Okay. So now delete those top 3. You can hold down the shift key if you wanted to highlight it. But okay, now you can just grab the one part, and I'm going to show you how to do the red part. If you want to stick them there, I would stick them right there basically, and then flip it. Yeah. So let's say put it at 0. we need to do those, see where we're piercing at on that. So see where we're piercing on these parts here. We're going to need to go up higher, obviously. And then you're going to check to make sure you're not hitting it over there. Piercing. You might move that part up.
That's what shift drag.
Yep. So you see where you're gliding right there in a few spots. You're going to move that part up and down. So zoom out so you can see it. Now basically just I would rather
Cut it up.
Maybe want to be further away. You want to basically have about the same gap, about that. Like that. Good. Now with that one, you can just make it basically parallel to the split up. Should be good. And now, what I'm going to do is just right click on that part, say array, and you want to make 4 columns in 1 row. You want to change the X to 0.3125, and then say OK, select OK. So now I'm going to move that part up. Or move that one down. If you got room to move it down. So yeah, you can move that one down. You have to basically select it and unlock it. And that's where you might want to turn the green off so you can see it. Do this. Go back and hit that right there. Like that, that's when I go back and move that part. It's so strange.
I'll let you do something.
No, it's just it won't. For some reason, I think what it is, if you go down here, select down here in this area here, just select any part. And now go back up here and just hit that part. See, it's strange. It's the software, it's a bug basically that these guys have fixed. All you have to do is if you want to just hit undo, whenever you drop it down, just hit undo and move that part back to where it needed to. It disappeared, but go here and hit the select that area. So
Is there 4 there anyway?
move back up. I go to zoom back out. See?
What do I do now?
Zoom out and select over here. Zoom out, zoom out. 1, 3. Now what we got to do to figure out where this part went is you have to go over here, down to this area here, even though where we find it on that part, 2x3. Right there. Now, you can scroll down here, basically, and select that over here on this side. Is that it? Yeah. I can't see that plus. So there is only 3 there. So now there's 4. So now just go down and highlight that number 3. Let's see what it's at. So it's nowhere on the board. So just delete it. Because it's going to be way off in Never Land for some reason. Now all we're going to do is go back to that part there. It doesn't matter if you go just partially over on any of the others because it's only going to pick whichever part you get completely in. I would go ahead and just delete those 2 parts there. part, the right click array. It should already be set up for you because it remembers what you have last in there. And then just say OK. And then highlight all 4 of them. And then right click lock. Okay. Now what we're going to do is just grab the other small part right there. Just put it apart if you want it. Put the key up there on the top, or you can drag it however you want to do it. See where we're piercing that at. So piercing on the top side, it looks like. Zoom out. Zoom out a little. There you go. And you can see where we're piercing the top. So now all you do is make sure that. Now I'll show you what you do. Because I know what the lead length is there. So go ahead and turn those off. You just want to go 8 spaces up there. And then 5 over. And now you want to do right click array. You should already set up 4 with the same spacing. Just hit OK. And then now you basically turn back on the thing to make sure that we're good. So it should be fine. Okay, now you want to do some, add some of those little parts in here. So right click and do lock those down. The way to do this is if you not know it, just go over here in this area and just right click in there, anywhere in there. And just say lock all. And it's lock everything now. So now we can zoom out. Now we want to put some of those the little tiny squares right there. How many of those are we going to need? Basically the same amount, 24 of them, right? You need to.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 things.
Yep. So we can basically lay them out here, we can put them here, or we can do them on the other sheet. Of what, the little squares? Yeah. One of the big pieces, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the others. So, you. Okay. So we need basically, we got 7 there. 17. So what I would do is find the master part. Do this. Go over here and find the spacer. It should be probably close to the top. Right there, this one's highlighted now. You did highlight it all from there. See how it turned them kind of gray? See how it turned them out, kind of outlined it? See how it's shaded? It's gray. And the part here? Yeah. See how the part's kind of shaded gray? See what I'm saying? How everything's white, and then that one's a little bit gray. You don't see that.
Okay.
The outline around it.
There.
Yeah. It's just basically letting you know that you've got that. That's that part basically. So see, that's the master one there. So now what you can do is just go in. Let's scroll down to them all. Scroll closer into all of them so you can see it. Go and select out here and then use the mouse over this. And then, yeah, you just gotta remember whatever area you're on, you have to trigger it so that it knows that this is the area you're talking about. Yep. Yep, move a few of them and then just leave the last two. Now, just move that one particle. What I would do is just do it right here. Scroll down. I would just basically do it straight across from that top edge right there. Okay. And zoom into that part. And open your key. Okay. Now what you'll do is yep. And then go 5 up. Now just go all the way over to this side here and we'll start from that side. Away from it. Now do an array of say 4. Make sure it can be set up for the 4. Say okay. Okay. Now what we're going to do is highlight around and hold all 4 of those. Now right click. Do another array. Change that to 1 column. How many rows? Say 4 rows. And we want them to be a ½ inch apart on the y-axis, which it already is. And then say OK. So there's 16. Now we basically take one more. Highlight that one right there. Now right click it, say duplicate. Stick it right there. Now turn on your profile, make sure we're good. Might move that one down just a little bit more. Yeah, you can grab it or keyboard however you want. Okay, I'll just do lock all. I just do lock all over here. Just right click in there. And then just lock all. Unlock all is what you just did. Yeah. And then go to lock all. Okay. Now save it. Save the job. Now you want to go ahead and zoom out to the job. It should look good. But we need basically some of these parts, right? You have those. If you have what, 2 of those? How many of these do you have? Okay, buddy, we need basically 24. 2
for each one, yeah.
Okay, there's already how many set up over on that side? 9. I'd say split. And we can either wait or you can stick them right in here. It's up to you. That's going to be the, it's a UMP part now. It'll be a UMP, it's the UMP 2012-3, I believe. No, that's the -2. Probably going to be at the top of the bottom. So it's going to be at the bottom. There, that'll cover that. There's the master over there. So see that you don't want to just leave that there. So then all of these right here are just continuations. So all you want to do is just delete all, however many you want to delete. You can just leave one of them basically and we can use that one and do the same thing. might need to unlock it. Nice, really grab.
The other way, right?
Yep. Probably do that same. That 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that one, that right there is column 10. And change the row to 1. And then your X, though, is going to be further than 3.125. You're going to be at least 4.125 because we're piercing on this side over here. Yep, so you're going to just highlight that one. Just go to select it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see if it'll let you. Yep. Nope. Let you pull both of them. Just select that one. See if you can just click on the one part. That's so stupid. So weird why it does that. Okay. Let's make sure it's far enough apart. Oops, no. Well, man, I'm just curious. I don't know if it appears right. Well, it should catch the edge of the material.
Might not.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Easier to do 8 of them.
And separate it apart. Yep. So I just turn that back off. Yep.
Just these.
Yep. And then select the one. And then gray. Change it to a 1/2 inch on the X. And then I would move that to 8. Now let's look and see if it's far enough apart. That should be better. And then the key is making sure that how you can get away with doing them when they're real close is making sure that it would always cut this part first, so it pierces here, cuts this out, and so it's new material here every time it's piercing. You see, so that every time it comes around, you know, it doesn't care what's left there, you know, when it would come around and cut the next part, but it would always pierce for new material, with new material.
There's 16.
Okay, so then,
Unlock them.
right?
Do I have to unlock them then?
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need another 8 then.
I remember right, there was 8 over here,
There
right?
was 9 over there. So all you gotta do is highlight all of those. And then right click. Array. Change that to being 1 column. To 1 column. And 2 rows. Got the 1/2 inch spacing, should be plenty. Okay. Good. Now I just walk off. Now, here's the part we need to check now to see how it's screwed up with this now. This is it's just to do with the stupid, nesting. Basically, we want to see what order they're going in. First part, see how I did that? And finished basically the way we want. Now it jumps way up there, there, and then now it comes back down here to do the, you see it just went up to there. I hate this when it does that. So what we do is we're just going to look here and say, keep parts together. Now it should hopefully corrected 90% of it itself. So right there.
Does it really matter a whole lot?
It does because of the mess that I found out. So what we do now, whenever we just change it back now, as long as we change it back to keep part together manual, it's going to leave it everything the same. Now you can just drag it and then just move it down. You see how I just moved it in order?
Click on, just drag it down.
Yeah. So now I should finish out those. Across to do those. See, instead of doing that, I don't like that. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but these parts here, it doesn't really matter. It's just what we mainly want to check is probably want to reverse the way that these are being cut, because they're being cut basically opposite the way that for the piercing to work perfectly. Remember, so that it would pierce. This one cut this part, then it goes and pierces here, so it'll be traveling the opposite direction. And the only way to make it travel the opposite direction would basically be to do this. So it doesn't travel across a whole bunch of empty spots because basically these are drop in, so they're going across and blowing water everywhere. more so than basically just starting at the bottom. So, and then basically back that one there. Leave it up. Got that, then that, and then those. And if you really wanted to, you can basically maybe cut those first, and then you keep going in order. But I don't think it's going to matter too much for those right there, because those are all going to cut so fast because there's no holes.
Question, how did you get to this? How did you get to this?
How I got to this was basically under options, job options. This is that same screen, you know, that we put together. Then you just select the nesting tab. And then you basically you can see it better. There's a couple different ways you can change things and play with this wherever you want. I don't even know what all of this does here. You know, it's something that'll change basically the direction everything's cut, and then reverse and flip the whole orientation of where it starts at essentially, and I just haven't ever played with that much. So now it should basically pretty much be ready to go.
What about that one that's highlighted?
Which one? Oh, it's just highlighted.